Yeah, I am calling these publishers out because this is actually getting ridiculous. Last week, Echo of Soul shut down, or at least they shut down the Steam version of the MMO, an iteration of the game that ran separately from GameGo's. Echo of Souls has always been a free-to-play MMORPG. It was back when Area Games published it, and again further when GameGo took over and published it. Now, the Steam version of Echo of Soul actually went online December 6, 2018, less than 2 years ago, as a buy-to-play MMORPG that actually cost players $10 for the basic edition, all the way up to $70 for the diamond edition. Yet if you go ahead and you navigate on over to the Wayback Machine and you put in the very same URL of the Steam page, you will see that it does in fact have a price tag of almost $10, has a deluxe edition that goes for almost $20, a silver edition that goes for almost $40, gold edition for $50, and a diamond edition for almost $70. This is a free-to-play game. Well, more than that, it is actually a game that is free to play on GameGo right now. And then after a brief time spent online with thousands of players, maybe tens of thousands of players purchasing a free MMO, they went ahead and took the game offline. Like if you navigate on over to their Steam page right now, you can see that the game is still in early access. They go on to state why early access. We aim to make user-friendly play to win. But you know what? That's not what we're here to read. We're actually here to read this bit right here. Approximately how long will this game be in early access? Up to 6 months, we will service Echo of Soul as early access to fit into our development schedule. However, it might take longer to optimize player experience from adjusting to user feedback. How long? Well, December 2018. Almost 2 years it's been in early access for. Yeah, it might take a little longer. This is the sign of a great publisher, guys. And you know what? Speaking of great publishers and speaking of games still being in early access, we recently went ahead and we downloaded and streamed Kurtzpal, and yeah, that is actually still listed as being in early access as well, and that game has also been out for years now. KOG Games, guys! Now the official closing statement reads as follows. We have discussed about the directivity of Echo of Soul on Steam internally. It has come to a conclusion that it to be hard to provide stable service continually, and thus Echo of Soul on Steam service will end on December 7th, 2020. And I know, guys, bear with me, I am reading this like directly, so there are some minor translation issues. Obviously, English is not their first language, and I have nothing against it being in broken English, but I'm reading it directly, so I'm also reading it in broken English. Players who want to play EOS more can create a new account at Echo of Soul through Area Games after the Steam service ends. Area Games is currently preparing various events such as new user events. Please make a new account to play EOS in North America and Europe. Now, while Echo of Soul definitely had a peak of more than 2 players online, it is worth noting that for the last 30 days, there have been a peak of 2 single players playing. Over the last 6 months in general, there have been maybe 5, maybe 10 average players playing the game. So I understand why they're shutting it down, I do. But let's be honest here, Area Games and furthermore GameGo are going to be holding new player events to welcome all of what, like 2 new players to the game? 2-ish players that are actually going to be transferring over to their version? Yeah, right. Sure, of course they will. And while we are talking about Echo of Soul right now, that isn't where this actually ends. Yes, a publisher that decided to scam players out of money by taking a free-to-play MMORPG and charging players for it is a very distasteful, a very vile, disgusting thing to have done, but it is not the first, and it will not be the last. NeoWiz did this with Bless Online when they took a free game and then they slapped a price tag on it, going free-to-play after it ended up failing as a buy-to-play MMO. Warlords Awakening did this as well, and I actually called the devs and the publisher out on this when I made a video stating that the game was a disgusting cash grab and would shut down shortly after they failed as a paid title, from which I garnered a lot of criticism. And you know what? After scamming thousands of players out of their hard-earned money, they shut down. Like, I don't want to say I told you so, and I don't want to call out other people for making videos in response to my hate video saying I was talking crap, but I was not talking crap, and I absolutely called it. Yes, developers and publishers are taking older MMOs that were at one point free titles, slapping on a buy-to-play business model, marketing them as something new, exciting, and innovating, milking players for every cent they can, and then vanishing. And the reason we're here right now is because we're falling for it. Every single time, hundreds of players, thousands of players buying buying into not only the new business models, but also buying founders packs, deluxe editions, and more, supporting these loathsome, shameful tactics from developers preying on gullible players. Like, guys, can we just take a minute here and just stop? Like, honestly, all we're doing is making things worse. We're not only providing them with new opportunities to scam us, but we're also diluting the market with games that just leave bad impressions on players. It is asinine that this is even something that is done, let alone as frequently as it is. It also isn't exclusive to MMOs that have their business models changed. Nope. Let's take DK Online as an example. They relaunched after years of being shut down and had cash shop items that cost hundreds of dollars, and people actually bought them. Don't ask me why, but people actually bought these items. I mean, who here remembers when Revelation Online launched and they had that giant flying cat mount that went for $200? Even that, though, is significantly better than what these developers and these publishers are doing right now. Then we have Guardians of Ember, Kingdom Under Fire 2. I can name so many games that have released over the last couple years that have had the same aim: to take advantage of us. At least games like Blade and Soul and Revelation Online and Astelia Online were all MMOs that had yet to ever release over here in the West when they finally launched over the last few years. I'm just, I don't know, sick of this continuing to happen. Sick of seeing MMOs that were so bad they actually had to close down coming back equally as bad, taking money from players that want to support these new developers, these new publishers, and subsequently losing their money, their time, and their efforts. Do not support games like this. Do not support developers. Do not support publishers like this. Us supporting rehashed content that has shut down in the past when they have shown no signs of improving the game is actually part of the problem, and we need to take a moment to actually acknowledge this. Once we do, things might change. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse, who knows? But this is my opinion, my impressions of the genre right now, and us as a community and our weird obsession for supporting companies and developers like this. What do you guys think though? Let me know down in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. And just an FYI, for those of you that actually watched the news video to the end and saw my failed piece last time, thank you. I appreciate that you watched the video through for so long. And I hope that you guys, you know, peace wave me back at the end of each video, because that would actually be kind of awesome to see and hear.